It's not like I could just go to his island and
Yes, you can.
look at it.
Go look at it. Yes.
Wait, that worked? But what I found shocked me to my very core.
What?
No,
Oh
this
my
can't
God.
be. This man made 8 potato 11 minions.
What?
And then he painted the Mona Lisa. It was
Ooh.
at this moment I realized that I
What?
wasn't dealing with a potato madman, but a potato supervillain.
Yeah,
At this point, I
oh
fell
my
into
God.
despair, all sense of rationality, even the
Welcome back to the channel, you bot gremlin. Today we're going to be watching TECHNOBLADE. If you guys aren't in the Discord, we recently watched the Minecraft movie, and after we did, this was highly recommended as I didn't get to watch some of his content, well, most of his content before he passed, and afterwards, I cried every time. So, in honor of TECHNOBLADE, there will be a fundraiser left on the stream. I will make nothing from this. And yeah, let's get into it. TECHNOBLADE never dies.
TECHNOBLADE, where have you been all this time?
Oh,
Well, you
God.
see, I've been farming potatoes in
Have
Skyblock.
ya? Potatoes?
That wasn't a joke. It all started
Oh,
months
no.
ago. I just got in a set of superior armor and wanted hot potato books to upgrade it. I could have just bought some from the
Oh
auction
my
like a normal
God.
person, but if Hypixel has taught me anything, it's that if you have a problem, the answer is slavery. So I had 20 potato minions with 20 enchanted lava buckets, 20
don't
super
think it's
compactors, 20
slavery.
diamond spread-ins, because it's just free money. Get this upgrade. And with this setup, I was making about 242,000
Jesus,
potatoes per
man.
day. At this point, I had enough potatoes for my armor. I could have stopped.
Dude,
I could have put an
but,
end to this, but I thought, no.
No, there's
No,
never
what
enough.
if I went even
Yeah,
further?
go
You can check your
further.
ranking in each individual collection, and I was already top 50 in potatoes. I
Oh my
decided at that
God,
moment
he had
that
to be
I was
number
going
one.
to be the number one
Yes,
potato
go
farmer
for
in
it.
Skyblock. How
Yes.
hard could it be? First, I needed to get more minion slots. Now, I already spent a lot of time getting to 20 minion slots because I believe minions are important. I mean, they work 24/7,
slaves?
gathering resources even if you never bother to log in, and as such represent the only way to achieve the dream that all Skyblock players share, which is to not have to play anymore. Unfortunately, each minion slot
always.
requires exponentially more resources than the last, so I did what any self-respecting Skyblock player would do, and sat in the shop menu buying ice for 30 minutes.
Why ice? What? I don't...
I'm having fun.
Why ice?
I dropped out of college for this, and after spending many hours and 15 million coins, I finally
Nice.
unlocked the 22nd minion slot. At this
Oh.
point, I thought I had first place in the bag. I mean, there's only a couple of solo players that have 23 minion slots, and I figured if anyone went to that much trouble to get more minion slots, they'd probably spend it on a minion that actually makes money, like clay minions. But I thought to myself, you know
Aw.
what? I'm gonna go even more overkill, alright? I'm gonna upgrade my level 7 potato minions to level 9. Now you might be thinking to yourself, oh,
What?
TECHNOBLADE, isn't that obvious? Isn't it just more potatoes? Why wouldn't you
Yeah.
do that immediately? No, it's not, alright?
What?
Upgrading past level 7 on minions never makes sense. You're never getting that money
What do you
back
mean?
because upgrading cost over 100,000 potatoes just to get to potato 9. That'll
Oh.
take over 2 months to get that money back, over 8 months for level 11. It's just a bad idea. Oh, but TECHNOBLADE, isn't that just a long-term investment? No, it's not. Remember Cactus
It's-
Farm? Remember how they were great for like 5 days and then the admins obliterated them in an update? Yeah. You really think your dreams are going to go that long without
Yeah.
getting crushed by the admins? No.
Maybe.
No, you're
You
never
could try-
seeing that money again. I'm sorry, it's gone. But I wasn't farming potatoes for profit. I was farming them for honor, for
Yeah.
glory.
They
So
wouldn't
I
take it
started
away from
upgrading
you.
them to level 9. My last hidden weapon was the farming crystal, which increases the speed of nearby farming minions by 10%. I can only fit 12 minions in that radius, but I thought, you know what? Whatever. I'll
It's
just make a
worth it.
second farm
Oh.
crystal. Here we go.
You can only...
Oh, okay.
That's messed
I'm
up.
glad Skyblock tells you that after you make a second crystal. I mean, it's not like you could just tell me that after I make the first crystal. Whatever. It's not a total waste of money. At least I can auction.
You cannot auction...
Thank you, Hypixel. If
Oh
I
my
wanted to fit all
God.
my minions in that 8-block radius, I'd have to think in the 3rd dimension. And
Do
so,
it.
after
did.
restructuring my farm,
Yes,
the
he
potato
got-
pyramid was complete,
Oh
yielding
my God.
309,000 potatoes per day. But as an
Damn.
ex-English major, I decided that math wasn't enough to defeat my enemies. I needed to consult the classics. In The Art of War, Sun Tzu says, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. So I decided to do some investigative journalism.
Okay.
I discovered a forum post from September in which a user named I'm a Squid Kid bragged about being ranked number
I
1 in
remember
potatoes.
this. He
By stalking his
commented.
profile, I
He's
found
a
another
YouTuber.
post weeks later in which he suggested he was now around 7 million potatoes.
my
If I put in
God.
these two data values on a grid, I could calculate the slope to estimate his average daily potato yield. It wasn't perfect, but it was the best method I could think of to estimate how strong his potato farm was. I mean, it's not like I could just go to his island and
Yes, you can.
look at it.
Go look at it. Yes.
Wait, that worked? But what I found shocked me to my very core.
What?
No,
Oh
this
my
can't be.
God.
This man made 8 potato 11 minions.
What?
And then he painted the Mona Lisa. It was at this moment I realized that I wasn't dealing with a potato madman, but a potato supervillain.
Yeah.
At this point,
Oh
I fell
my
into
God.
despair. All sense of rationality, even the slightest hope of making his money back. This man had thrown them all away to farm potatoes.
Oh
I had
my
2 more minion
God.
slots than him, but his minions were so high level that he was still making more potatoes than me at 310,000 potatoes per day. But I wasn't even worried about his potato farm. I mean, I still had some minions to upgrade. I was confident I could make a stronger farm. I was worried about his head start. The month I spent farming the Pigman sword, he'd already been farming potatoes. According to my calculations, he was already 7.5 million potatoes ahead of me. Even if all my minions magically became level 11 at that very moment, it would take 107 days to catch up. I can't go that long.
Do you realize that he did all this freaking math over potatoes? I freaking love it. This is like the ultimate plan to get what you want. Your goal is calculate the number 1 person, take them down, conquer them, know how to fuck them up. God, I love it. It's so good.
Without uploading, my fans will murder me. So was that it? Was my quest to become the number 1 potato farmer in Skyblock destined to end in failure? No, I refused. The sunk cost fallacy wouldn't allow it. If I wanted to defeat a man that had descended into potato madness, I would have to take his insanity and triple it. It was at this moment I spoke words that had never been uttered in the history of Skyblock.
Okay.
I should get minion expanders. Minion expanders have long been known as the most useless item in Skyblock. So you know how all minions have this like 5x5 area in which they work? They don't actually need this area. They could work with 1 block just as fine, because all I do is break a block and then they place it right back. They don't need options. So what the minion expander does is it turns that 5x5 area into a 7x7 area. Why? Why would the minion need more options so it doesn't get bored? But with the Slayer update, they added a hidden attribute to minion expanders, which buff minion speed by 5%, which is still garbage. Diamond spreading gives like 5 times the value, and I didn't have enough space to put both of them in my minions. But unfortunately, diamond spreading only gives diamonds. If I wanted to become number 1, I'd have to sacrifice all that free money for 5% more potatoes.
Oh my God.
With the minion expanders taking up so much extra space, the potato pyramid was no longer enough to fit all my minions within the farming crystals radius. So I built the Potato Dome. Boasting 5 floors, the Potato Dome could fit all 22
He's so
expanded minions. And after I'd finished upgrading the rest of them to level 9, the Potato Dome could now produce 337,000 potatoes per day. At this point, the Potato Dome...
I can't imagine thinking all this through. Like, my brain is not this big, man. This man is big brain. Big brain, and I freaking love it. Like, I would never on the planet Earth think about, how can I earn more potatoes? How can I pass this person? How can I destroy them and be conquered number 1? Like, oh my God, it's crazy.
Was the most powerful potato farm in Skyblock. I was ranked 20 on the leaderboards and rising fast, and yet I knew in my heart that it wasn't enough. It wasn't even close. But what more could I do? Farm potatoes by hand? I actually did for like an hour. It made a tiny dent. Sure, it would have worked eventually, but come on. Is mindlessly repeating the same task for hundreds of hours really what Skyblock's all about?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, pretty much, but I wasn't about to do that, man. When I said 100 hours, I was not kidding. And yet, as time went on, it began to seem like that was truly the only way.
Oh my God, do it.
The opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself.
Okay.
Sun Tzu. I'd done it. I discovered a critical flaw with Squid Kid's potato farm. His minions were too close together. Now, with any other kind of minion, that wouldn't have mattered at all. But potato minions are unique. When they're too close together, they'll start trying to plant in spots the other minions already planted and get stuck in an infinite loop, dragging down the overall farm's potato output by as much as 90%. The reason he hadn't noticed this and was still first place in potatoes is because this only happens when someone is online and on the island. Because otherwise, Skyblock just runs a calculation to guess how many resources your minions would have made while you were offline.
So
anyways, he left the door to his AFK machine open, so I left my alt in there. Welcome to the real world, Squid Kid. Okay, can we take a moment to talk about Jerry, alright? I got Jerry here.
That's so freaking evil.
I got Jerry there. There's actually 2 Jerrys in there. I have video evidence, okay? Look at this. He's multiplying. He's undergoing mitosis. But that's not all. The other day I was just minding my business and then Why is he
What?
there?
Why
I
is
knew I
he
couldn't
there?
rely just on sabotage to get first place, because who knows if there's other people out there just like Squid Kid throwing away everything just to farm
I
more
mean,
potatoes.
I don't
So
think
I decided to
so.
look into alternate fuel sources for my minions. I mean, enchanted lava buckets are already the
I
most
wouldn't.
efficient permanent fuel source in the game, but what about temporary fuel sources? So I got a bunch of hamster wheels, which give twice as much of a boost, 50%, but for only a day.
What?
And I threw like 100 of them into
Oh.
the potato dome, and it started making 450,000
Oh.
potatoes per day. And so the
Damn.
days went by. Every day I'd log in and AFK on Squid Kid's island with my ult, while my minions burned through hamster wheels, quickly bringing me
That's
into
freaking.
the
Oh
potato
my
top
god.
10. I was finally making good progress, until one day, when I went to AFK on his island again.
The door is closed.
Oh god, he's online.
Oh,
what do you
no.
want?
Oh, he
Why
caught
do
him.
you keep doing this?
What?
I just wanted to check on the Last Supper, man. You
Are-
AFK'd on my island for 12 hours. It was a good painting. I figured Squid Kid would find it a little bit suspicious if the same guy was AFK at his island every day. So I got a second account, and then I left them both in there. Be extremely subtle. Even
Oh my
to the
god.
point of formlessness.
But they're the same.
What?
Oh. Jerry. Hi, Jerry.
Why are you guys here?
Why
I've
not?
been buying some enchanted baked potatoes from the auction house. It's not the most efficient use of my money, but look, I need potato 11 minions if I want to catch up as quickly as possible. We can't only have 2. It's not enough. Well, I mean, it is enough, but I want to upload within the next year. But the problem with the auction house is that it's filled with crazy people. Look at this guy. He's bidding 3.9 mil for 26. You think that's bad?
Oh my god.
11 million.
Oh,
I could see
dear
someone
God.
bidding 7 million on a stack of enchanted baked potatoes. 8 million.
Why?
I could understand that. 11 million.
Why?
Deranged psychopath.
Yeah,
There's
they are
no
freaking deranged.
justification.
Why?
Send this man to prison after
Send
a couple
him
days
to
of
frickin'
minion farming
the
and buying
room
enchanted
with the
baked
rats,
potatoes. We
the
have
rat room.
102, which in regular potatoes is over 2.6 million, and we can only make 4 maxed potato minions with it. That's all we can make.
My god.
That's how expensive maxed potato
That's
minions
crazy.
are. They're so good, but it doesn't matter because
God.
they cost so much. It's never
It's
going
worth
to
it.
pay off.
It's worth it.
They're all
long term.
gone.
Think long term.
Whatever. It's for the leaderboards. I had to sell everything so that I could invest it in potatoes, man. I had to sell my young dragon armor, my rare cake collection, massively overinflated Halloween items.
He sold
I had
everything.
to mortgage my house.
The
It's
house,
crazy
not
out
the
there.
house.
I actually did pretty well during the Halloween events,
Oh my
which allowed me
god.
to raise a lot of money. But I'm just saying, look at this spooky pile, right?
Yeah.
Limited edition
He
item
sold the
with my
limited
name and pig rank stamped on them. Could you imagine
How much it's
how
worth?
much money I would make
There's no
if I
way.
put this on the auction?
Do
I
it.
would make Dan TDM's 15 mil water bottle look like tap water.
Yeah,
He
you
left
would.
a
Do it.
sign for me, whitelisted. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
I'm
Your
just
life.
ruining Squid Kid's whole life.
He doesn't
He's
know.
traumatized.
But,
He's
like,
just
Squid Kid doesn't know that you're sabotaging him. He probably didn't think it out like you did, right? So this kid is just like, huh? Like, what the heck is happening? Why are you doing this to me? And they don't realize you're sabotaging them. It's evil. It's genius. And they'd never catch on to your plan.
living in fear. Why are they here? Why do they keep showing up? But after a few days, I ran out of hamster wheels, and I had to resort to my final weapon.
The
catalyst. The catalyst is the strongest fuel source in the game, tripling your minion output, but they only last for 3 hours. Fortunately,
it's worth
I had
it.
a couple. With the power
It's
of
worth
catalyst,
it.
my potato output skyrocketed, and I put that all back into leveling up my minions. And in a matter of days, I had 22 potato 11 minions producing
Oh my God.
893,000
That's freaking
potatoes per day.
insane.
I don't make hot
That's
potato
insane.
books. I make hot potato libraries.
Damn.
Originally, I thought I'd have to go bankrupt buying catalysts if I wanted to catch up to Squid Kid, but I actually discovered that catalysts are amazing. I can buy the materials to make one for like 10,000 coins on the auction, and then each of them makes 14,000
Oh
coins
my
in
God.
potatoes. This is a miracle. It's
Don't tell
free
anyone.
money. So every day I sold hot potato books, and then I bought more crystals.
Don't
and then
tell
I
anyone.
sold more hot
Hot
potato,
potato
books,
books,
and then I bought
more
crystals.
crystals.
And that's
Yes.
the story of how I made infinite money. Well, not really, 'cause you can only use so
Infinite.
many per day, but
You
I made a lot,
did.
and now I was ranked 3
Oh
in
my God, you're gonna
potatoes.
touch him.
I did
You're
some
gonna
more
pass him.
investigative journalism and found the guy ranked number 2 in potatoes. I'm gonna give you guys 3 guesses as to who left a funny rating on his post.
You.
Squid Kid! I was right on
What?
his tail, but I decided
Oh
to
my
visit this
God.
island to see just how strong his potato farm
Squid
was.
Kid
Oh, this
doesn't
is a
know what's
joke.
coming for him.
This is pathetic. Only
What?
18 minion slots. This is
This
just
is-
sad.
this-
I've seen Irish famines with more potatoes than this farm. You might get away with this farm in some
Oh.
garbage vegetable like carrots, but potatoes?
Potatoes?
How
No.
dare
No.
you? Oh my God,
It's
this
not
crystal.
enough.
This crystal, it only covers 5 of these minions.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm gonna throw up. Against a farm like that, I easily took rank number 2. It seemed like I
Nice.
was only one step away
You
from
got
my
this.
potato dreams,
You
and
can
yet
do
Squid Kid
it.
had been so dominant on the
Yes.
potato leaderboards that he was still 3 million potatoes ahead.
That's only
But
a
with
couple
Catalyst,
days.
such a lead could be destroyed
It's
in
only
a
a
matter
couple
of
days.
Still,
Yes.
to be safe, I kept AFKing on his island until
Oh my
one day I
God.
checked my alt's window for a moment, and the island was full. 2 guys I'd never heard of before had called the police on Squid Kid
What?
and brought a helper to investigate him. Who called the police? Whitelisted. Are you Squid Kid's alt?
No.
I just AFK here a lot.
As a hobby.
As a hobby. I'm so suspicious. He doesn't believe me at all. I'm getting
I would-
banned. They'd been
No.
investigating while Squid Kid was offline. I met him later that day and decided to warn him. Squid, I know we've had our differences, but the police are after you, man.
Oh my
I
God.
saw a helper. Squid. There were 2 dudes, Squid.
Oh
They came
God.
to your island with the helper. They were snitching. I don't know why. I need names. Okay, let me get my screenshots. You gotta be
Oh my-
careful, man. The snitches be everywhere.
They're onto you.
Anyways, I'm gonna go AFK now.
Names noted.
Just act natural.
Back to one. Oh my God.
And I'm gone.
Oh.
It seemed strange to be helping my number 1 enemy, but his sheer dedication
Yeah.
to farming potatoes had earned my respect. I had to
I
give him help
agree.
from one potato brother to
To
another.
another,
Also,
yeah.
I'm deeply scared of him. Did you see what he said when I told him the names? Names noted.
Noted.
That is serial
Terrifying.
killer talk.
Absolutely
we ain't gonna
terrifying.
be hearing
He's gonna-
from those 2 guys
Mhm.
ever again. I
Nope,
kept
they're
farming
gone.
potatoes, and in a matter of days, Squid Kid's lead was almost completely destroyed. And yet Squid Kid himself had no idea. He
Yeah.
even put a billboard on his island,
Number
number one
one.
in potatoes.
Not for
but
long.
why would he suspect? Just a few days ago, he'd seen proof on the forums that he was millions in the lead. The poor fool had no idea what was coming.
Yeah.
Has it updated? It hasn't updated. All right,
Oh
I'm
my
going to
God.
the hub. Has it updated?
Is he number 1?
Yes!
Yes.
Number 1 in potatoes.
He took it.
To
We did
celebrate, I
it.
took my 2 alts and my
Yes.
main account, and then I AFK'd on all 3
Oh my
of them.
God.
I think at this point Squid Kid knew that
He
the
doesn't
alts
know.
were mine, but he was so confused.
I don't think so.
Why had TECHNOBLADE been AFKing on his island for weeks? He was
Yeah.
so confused that he didn't even realize that his potato leaderboard spot
Was
had
gone.
already been taken.
It's
So I went to
taken.
confront him myself one final time.
You did it.
What do you want?
Why are you doing that?
this?
Tell him your secret
Your potato rank 1 spot
is mine.
is now mine.
Nice.
He's checking. He's checking.
No.
What?
It's gone. How?
How? For years, my machinations
He's
lay
crazy.
undetected.
You ruined my life. This is all I have. Had.
Squid, I found a problem
Oh,
with your island. A critical flaw.
a critical
Get
flaw.
over here. Over here. Squid, get over here.
No
this
way.
sign, it has the wrong number.
That's evil. That's so messed up. No. Oh my God.
Pretty bad week
Evil.
for Squid Kid overall, I'd say. First he got arrested, and then I cyberbullied him, but it had to be done.
Yeah,
And let me
you
just say,
did.
there is no chance of him catching up. I even got 23 minion slots just to bury
Oh my
any
God.
hope he had. This spot is mine, and that's
Are
the
you
story
sure
of
about
how I
that?
became number 1 on
Are
the
you
potato
sure?
leaderboards, and we lived happily
think-
ever after.
No,
All the loose ends
I doubt
finally
it.
tied together.
I really doubt it. Why is there parts
Well,
2 and 3?
Except for one thing. Oh God, there's another
Jerry,
one.
Jerry,
There's another
Jerry,
Jerry.
Jerry.
And he's
Not Jerry.
staring right at
Jerry.
me.
2 Jerrys.
There's
2.
another one. There's a Jerry in the water.
2 Jerrys. Oh no.
No,
Three,
no, no,
three,
no.
3 Jerrys. Why is there so many
There's another one out
Jerrys?
there. I don't understand. What do you want?
3 Jerrys.
What do you want? There's
4.
another Jerry on the
4 cherries.
They've got me surrounded. I don't understand.
There's no way there's 5. Watch. Oh my god. Dude, I really wanted to tear up. Cause like, I'm sad that I didn't get to enjoy these when they came out. It's like the Vanos crew all over again, but they're still here. But I absolutely love TECHNOBLADE as much as I like didn't get to see his content. Yeah, he's freaking insane, and that's just crazy how he calculated everything and it was god tier, and he's I wish I was that smart. But as always, TECHNOBLADE never dies. He's a legend. And if you guys like this video and would like number 2 and number 3, let me know down below. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.